Hello and welcome. This is my first game review and it will be about the game Metro 2033, which in my opinion is an underrated game. Sure, the game has some major flaws which you might or might not be aware of. Before the Ranger Pack DLC was made available, the game was too easy in every aspect. You had too much ammo and too much health. You were like a combination of Chuck Norris and Rambo, invisible and never running out of ammo. However, this review will only concern the Ranger Hardcore mode, because it's the only mode that justifies the game as a good game, in my opinion at least. Metro 2033 is a game that mostly plays out in dark environments with lots of fog, and sometimes on the surface, which is mostly gloomy. The game is not intended to be a bright game, so don't go Gamma Ninja just because it's hard to see. It's part of the ambience. While the game can feel a little tedious at first, most of it is to get you in the right spirit. You get to see the poor condition on which people live, claustrophobic environments, and the constant despair. People are either sad, angry, or drunk.
Have you heard? Yeah.
The first levels of the game are pretty straightforward, almost forcing you on certain situations. This is because the game wants to teach you how to play it, and about its rules. Instead of giving you annoying tutorials all the time, this is something that I really appreciate, because it gives me the option to explore without getting my face smashed with endless pop-ups and forced tutorial gaming. COD? Anyway, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy playing the COD series. This is the level Frontline, and it's also the first level where you can use all the skills that you've acquired so far. This level has several options on how you can complete it, and it's also 3 different achievements that correspond with those tactics. One option is sneaking without using any deadly force. The easiest way to do that is by being patient and care for your surroundings, how enemies move, avoid rubble, and stay out of the light. The next option is basically the same as the previous one, only this time you take out the guard silently. You have many weapons to choose from when doing this, and some types of ammo can be scavenged and used again. The last option is just to run in and kill everything. This will often use quite the amount of ammo, but with well-placed shots that shouldn't be a bigger problem, as long as you scavenge a lot. The main problem will be enemies. They deal a lot of damage, and it's not uncommon that you get instantly killed. When playing on this difficulty, I do not advise using this tactic. So what makes this game so different from other games? Well, it's not really a unique game, but it's the most modern one I have played that actually have an old school feeling to it. Ammo is very hard to access, and even though there are stashes everywhere, they don't contain that much loot. Even so, looting is a very important factor in this game. You can find really helpful weapons early in the game that way. On easy mode, where you would normally have gotten around 400 bullets, you will only get 30 to 50 on this mode. And looting a weapon gives you 1 to 3 bullets, which is very little if you use 3 to 5 to take them down. While enemies deal a lot of damage, so do you, so accurate shooting helps balancing this out. I know that this is really a matter of opinion, but compared to many shooters I have played, this is the first FPS that forces me to think before I act, and I always get the ability to choose my own approach. It's not just about aiming fast, you have to really be careful about your surroundings. Another thing I really liked is that everything you do in the game affects how the rest of the game plays out. For instance, if you have been on the surface for too long, you won't have enough filters, and you might suffocate in the middle of a level. And the levels before might not have enough filters, so you can end up playing several missions over and over until you save up enough filters for that mission. The other important factor is ammunition. While it feels like you have loads of it, you will need quite a lot in the end of the game. I was sneaking through most of the game, so that was not a problem for me, but for the aggressive gamer this could become quite a challenge and really time consuming.